Hello and welcome back to On the Workbench. Today we're taking a look at the Universal Thread Restore tool. In other words, the Swiss Army knife of thread repair. Now this is a tool I've seen rebranded under a variety of different brand names with some slightly different color configurations, but I'm fairly confident that all of the variations are by the same brand because there are a couple of patents that cover this sort of idea. So there's three principles here: open the jaw, close the jaw, and turn it, and then the blades will self-adjust to match any thread pitch. So one thing on this packaging here, this is I guess we could say not a name brand. I wish I could figure out this is probably as close to an OEM as we're gonna get. This was purchased off Amazon for, I don't know, it's about $15. I'll put a link below if you're interested in this. And so this is good for 4 to 13 millimeter or 5/32 to 1/2 inch size diameter bolts. So we take this out. First things first, kudos on the packaging. It's not the blister pack that requires scissors. And then in the hands, you can see this is a slight orange color. We just turn the knob, and then these two, basically like knives, will self-adjust into it. So this is meant to be used in lieu of a thread restore kit, or as a supplement to it in the event that you don't have the right size thread restore tool for a specific fastener that you're trying to restore. So yeah, in my opinion, I think you have to be somewhat careful on this, that if you've got the right tool for the job, you should use the right tool for the job. But there's going to be certain cases that you just don't have the right tool for the job, and this might be the best option that you've got. Or if you just need to be packing something lightweight, this is supposed to be a one-size-fits-all. So I think I've got the perfect application today to be able to demonstrate, or hopefully demonstrate, the value of this. So what you're looking at here is a car jack out of my 06 Saab 9.3. Now I was using this the other day for not actually repairing a tire, but for just moving other stuff around. That I tend to borrow this jack out of the boot of my car, the trunk of my car, for other purposes, because it's just kind of useful to have this jack, and I haven't felt like buying a separate screw type jack. And so one of the problems that I've had right in here is if I want to go raise this up any farther than right about here, the thread gets jammed. And now in this design here, there's not an easy way for me to completely remove the entire shaft of this bolt out of here without compromising this jack. I'm sure I could do it, but I don't want to unwind some of the parts here. I'd rather just keep this up. And there's a couple of sections of this here where it's shiny, where I'm pretty sure the problem exists. And so in this case here, I can just turn the whole fastener, hopefully with this wrapped around it, and see if it'll allow me to be able to drive this through and clean up these threads. Because I think the threads haven't been completely removed. There's just a couple spots that are a little rougher over here. And so I want to give this a shot to see if this is a good use for it or not. Tell me in the comments below if you've used one of these before, or if you've got another great application for it where a ordinary thread restore tool just won't work. All right, so get the jaws opened up. So if we can see, I got the jaws opened as full as I can go. I'm going to go ahead and put them down here at the end, and hopefully this will self-adjust. I can see it's trying to figure out, should the jaws pinch closer or tighter. And then so that's hopefully close enough. Now I'm just going to go ahead and run these threads through those jaw teeth there. We can see we're getting to the stuck part because I can't advance the jack anymore by hand. So I'm going to go ahead and back out the threads to run them through the tool again. And it's somewhere right in about here, feels about where the problem is with the tool or with the threads. All right, so after about 20 more minutes worth of work, I also got out a shop towel and squirted some grease on it to kind of lube up the area that I was working on. You also might want to try some cutting oil or something else to be able to kind of lubricate the blades and the cutting surfaces, because this is a abrasive cutting tool that falls in the same category as taps. A couple things here I can tell from using this here for a bit is the bottom jaw here, that's kind of a groove, ended up with threads almost effectively being cut in it by the threaded rod, which I thought was interesting. And you can see the blades. Let me turn up the light here a little bit, see if that'll help you. All right, hopefully that helps a little bit. You can see the blades here are covered in grease, and I had a fair bit of metal shavings that came off, trying to get this cleaned up a bit. Now, unfortunately, I wasn't able to get this, perfect, if you will, but it's definitely, the jack is open a lot farther to where it goes, and it's definitely falls in the category of serviceable, of going through in and out the affected zone on the threaded rod, that I don't know that I can still completely get it. I want to be able to get it completely by hand, but if I use the extra adjustment tool, I can now get it through. I can get it a lot farther by hand and keep going, that it's at least usable because of this tool. I wouldn't say it perfectly saved the day, but like I said before, I'm not sure this is always going to be the perfect tool. I think this is kind of a tool of last resort when you don't have a lot of other options. And so in this case here, with a jack that's had some issues, that for the cost of what one of these is to replace, I think in my case here, I'm going to go ahead and replace this jack, and I'm going to save this and hold this on the side just as an extra one for any of the other purposes I might want to use something like this for, rather than continuing to borrow it out of my car and damaging it like I did the last time that I used it. I'm just going to set this aside, then I'll have this one. Then if I destroy it any further, it's fine. But when I really need should I need a go-to jack in the back of my car, then I'll have it. For an 06 Saab 9.3, I can find a handful of these on eBay for $45, give or take, from various salvage yards around the country, and shipping is next to nothing. So, in that case here, I'm not sure I'd recommend always replacing or repairing a jack that for the price of the debt, it's not worth it. But I just want to demonstrate what this tool can do and a possible application for it here, because I believe these threads, correct me if I'm in the comments, or correct me if I'm wrong in the comments below, but I'm very suspicious that might be an Acme thread, since that's what you usually find on clamps and other high tension threaded rods. Correct me in the comments below if I'm wrong. And so that's your look at the Universal Thread Restorer tool. If you're interested in this, I'll throw a little Amazon link down below if you're interested in that. Click on that. It's an affiliate link. It helps support this channel. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you haven't clicked the subscribe button, go ahead and do so. Thanks for watching, and have a great day. Bye.